All right, the court is calling cause number 2020 DCM 2956. This is a hearing on a petition filed by the Attorney General's Office, a suit entitled Suit Affecting Parent-Child Relationship with an Acknowledgement of Paternity. There appears to be two minor children before the court. Parties in this case are Jonathan Santos and Eileen Delgado, who are present before me on this Zoom application. And the reason that we're doing the Zoom application is according to the Texas rules issued by the Supreme Court and the Office of Court Administration, as well as the local Council of Judges. We cannot conduct in-person hearings at the courthouse because of the pandemic crisis. So we're appearing on this matter on a Zoom application. We'll remind parties or instruct parties that we are transmitting this matter live on the YouTube channel, and that is to comply with the Texas rules that we have to keep open courts available for the public. However, as soon as we finish the hearing today, this matter will be taken off the live stream. I'm also recording the evidence on the computer-generated recording system. I'll ask parties not to talk over each other, interrupt each other, wait until a question is being asked before you start answering. We may experience some difficulties, some technical difficulties, because of this, the way that we're proceeding here today. Those are the general instructions. I'll ask parties to conduct themselves as if they were in court, because you are in court and you are present before me today. My name is Antonio Rodriguez. I am the Associate Judge for the Title 40 Court here in El Paso, Texas. I understand parties are present, and Mr. Knopf, I understand there's an agreement to be made, an agreement in this matter?
Yes, sir. After conferring with the parties, an agreement has been reached on all substantive issues in this case.
All right, I'm going to ask the Attorney General to recite the agreement. Then I'll ask the parties if this is in fact what you all have agreed upon. First of all, let me go ahead and swear both of you in. Mr. Santos and Ms. Delgado, would you please raise your right hand, please? Okay, I don't see, I know Ms. Delgado is by phone. There you are. Okay, Mr. Santos, I do see you. All right, do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Santos, I didn't hear you. I think you were.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, you can go ahead and put your hand down. Mr. Knopf, what is the agreement?
The parties have agreed that Mr. Jonathan Santos is the father of Jaylene and Jaden Santos, born in 2016 and 2017, respectively. Parties agree that they will be named the joint managing conservators of these children, with Ms. Delgado as the primary household for the children, and for the residents to be restricted to El Paso or any of its contiguous counties. Parties have agreed that possession access is to occur as mutually agreed to by the parties, but failing an agreement, it will be governed by the standard possession order, which will be included in, as part of the court's order. However, all exchanges are to take place at 901 Cashew Drive, El Paso, Texas, 79907, the children's current daycare. Health insurance will continue to be covered under the appropriate government health care assistance program, as neither has access to private health insurance at this time. Mr. Santos will pay $113 of cash medical support beginning October 1st, 2020, and monthly thereafter. Likewise, he shall pay $256 of child support for these two children. There will be a judgment for retroactive support in the amount of $2,572 to be paid back at a rate of $30 per month. All those payments to start likewise October 1st, 2020, and continuing monthly thereafter. There will also be a mutual non-disclosure of the parties' addresses.
All right. Ms. Delgado, you heard what has been represented to me as an agreement. Is this your agreement, ma'am?
Yes, sir. It was my agreement.
Okay, Mr. Santos, is this your agreement as well, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, having heard the parties stipulate on the record with regard to that agreement, the court will approve that agreement and make that agreement the court order that is to be issued in this case. All right, Mr. Knopf, if you go ahead and prepare the order, send it to me through that DocuSign application that we have. I will sign it, be filed, and copies will be sent to the parties. Is there anything else that we need to address, Mr. Knopf?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. In that case, that does conclude our hearing for today. Thank you all very much for your appearance today and your willingness to work out this matter. It's always in the best interest of the child or the children that parties talk to each other and work out their differences.
Yes, sir.
That concludes our hearing. Y'all are free to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody have a great day.
You too, ma'am. Okay. All right, Mr. Hargis, ready on Loya and Yanis?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Let me go ahead, Ms. Loya. Ms. Yanis, you heard the general instructions that I give in every case. I'm not going to repeat myself. All right, in this case, then, let me see, I'm calling. It is cause number 2020 DCM 2842. This is a hearing on a petition filed by the Attorney General's office. It is entitled A Suit Affecting Parent-Child Relationship with an Acknowledgement of Paternity that was attached to the petition. There appears to be one minor child before the court. Let the record reflect parties are Jesse Loya and Gianna Yanez. Let the record further reflect that this matter was scheduled for a final hearing today, September 24th, 2020 at 1 o'clock. It is now 1:50, that's 150. Mr. Loya is not present. Notice was given to him as far as the hearing for today. There appears to be no response filed by Mr. Loya, and therefore is at default at this time. Is the state ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Yanez, would you please raise your right hand, ma'am? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay. I think you're still muted, Ms. Yanez.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Hargis, go ahead, sir.
Your Honor, state asks the court to take judicial notice of the service of process, service of citation on Mr. Loya on July 24th, 2020.
All right, the return upon service of Mr. Loya is in the court file. It does indicate that he was properly served back on July 24th here in El Paso, Texas. That return has been on file for the requisite period of time, and there appears to be no response filed by Mr. Loya. The return will be admitted, or I will take judicial notice of the return of service. All right, go ahead.
State calls Ms. Yanez.
Yes.
Please state your full name.
Gianna Yanez.
What's your child's name?
Juliana Loya.
And what's your child's date of birth?
7/11/2019.
Who's the father of the child?
Jesse Loya.
Did y'all both sign the acknowledgement of paternity
Yes.
for this child?
Yes.
Hey, who's the child live with?
Both of us.
So you and Mr. Loya live together?
Yes, sir.
Is he helping provide living expenses for the child?
Yes, sir.
Would you ask the court, are you asking the court to name you as the primary joint conservator?
Yes.
That means that you'd be given They give an exclusive right to designate where the child resides.
Can that be between both of us, or does it have to be one of us?
It needs to be one of you.
Okay, then me is fine, yeah.
And is it okay to go ahead and allow both parents to actively participate in the decision-making for the child?
Yes,
Or you're okay with joint management?
yes.
And is it, what kind of a relationship does the father have with the child?
He has a good relationship with the baby.
Are you asking the court to grant you the standard possession order for visitation purposes?
What does that mean?
As we discussed in the breakout room, that allows both parents to have the freedom of arranging whatever visitation they want to.
Oh,
to make.
yes,
They mutually agree in advance.
yes,
You're okay with the standard possession order?
yes.
Is the father working?
He's self-employed.
Okay. Does he have health insurance available for his?
No,
No health insurance available for the child?
no, right now she has Medicaid.
What does the father do?
He sells real estate.
Okay. Do you know how much he earns?
No, sir, I do not.
Do you know if he has any other children?
Yes, sir, he does.
How many other children does he have?
2.
And what are their ages?
6 and 3.
Do they live with you two?
No, sir.
Does he pay child support for those 2 kids?
Yes, sir.
Is it ordered by the court?
One of them is
Which one?
Emma Loya.
Emma?
Yes, sir.
And how old is Emma?
Emma is 6.
6, okay. Are you working?
No, sir.
How is your child, what kind of health insurance does your child have?
Right now she has Medicaid.
Do either one of you, do either one of the parents, either one of you 2 parents have health insurance available through any other source?
No, like not through an employer or anything like that. We would have to just get insurance through the marketplace.
Okay. Would you prefer to have no geographic restrictions?
Yes.
That meaning you can live anywhere you want to with your child?
Yes, sir.
Are you asking the court to set your child support to 0?
Yes, sir.
And that's a deviation from the child support guidelines?
Yes, sir.
And the reason for that,
The reason for my decision to do that?
the reason why you want the court to set it to 0?
Oh, because we have chosen to work it out.
He's also providing living expenses for the child?
Yes.
Okay. When did y'all start living together?
We started living together in October of 2018.
And that was before the child was born?
Yes.
And he's been providing for the child ever since?
Yes.
Since y'all moved in?
Yes, sir.
So you're asking for no retroactive child support?
That's correct.
Your Honor, no further questions. State rest subject to a brief close and recommendation.
Okay. Ms. Yanez, have you reported to that y'all are living together, and do you all still qualify for Medicaid?
So I logged on to my Texas benefits and my address did show as my address on Bower Trail, so I wasn't entirely too sure where else I needed to change it.
Okay.
But when I do log on to my Texas benefits online, it shows my address as Bower Trail.
Okay, but does it show that you and he are living together?
I'm not sure.
Okay. The reason I'm asking you that is that even though you don't want child support to be set, which I will order that, and that there be no retroactive support, if the child is receiving Medicaid, then I do have to set some sort of medical support. Okay.
Okay.
Let me see, Mr. Hargis, is there anything else that we need to, anything else?
No, Your Honor, I was gonna just make some recommendations.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Joint manager conservatorship with Ms. Yanez as the primary. No geographic restrictions. Deviate from the child support guidelines. Set child support to 0 beginning October 1st, 2020, because Mr. Loya is living with the mother and the child and providing living expenses for the child. And also order Mr. Loya to pay cash medical support to reimburse the state $100 a month beginning October 1st, 2020. And that is 9% of his presumed wages, since she does not know, there's no evidence of his earnings. I'm asking to apply the 9% to what minimum wage would be, which would be $113 a month. And then standard possession order for the child, and no retroactive child support.
Okay. All right, I didn't get the amount of the medical support, Mr. Hargis, and does that factor into, is that prorated with the other 2 children?
Oh, okay, Your Honor, now you brought that up, no, it did not. So I would take so I recommend that we split it in half because he's only paying support for 1 child. So it would be $57.
57? All right. All right, Ms. Yanez, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go ahead and not set child support in this case, since you're all living together. And I'm not setting any retroactive or any back child support for the same reason. However, as I told you, I will set medical support as long as the child continues to be covered on state insurance, either CHIP or Medicaid. We'll set the medical support at $57 a month. That is to commence October 1, which is next week. Now, if you find out, or if Mr. Loya can provide health insurance through his employer, that would be fine. You know, we would have to modify this order. Or you can report to the welfare department that both of you are living in the same home. That may change the medical support. Okay. Is there anything else, Ms. Yanez, that you wish to tell me?
No.
Okay. I know he's having a difficult. All right, well, I'll go ahead and approve the order, Mr. Vargas. You go ahead and prepare the order, send it to me so I can sign it. And once I sign it, it will be filed with the clerk's office and copies will be sent to the parties. Anything else that we need to address, Mr. Vargas?
No, Your Honor.
All right, okay. In that case, that concludes our hearing. Thank you for your participation and your patience, Ms. Yanez. I know you waited for a while. But I do appreciate you hanging around and participating in this hearing. That concludes our hearing. Parties are excused. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.